And we are here. Hello, chat. Oh, fuck. There we go. Multiverse system. You made it! Hello! Hey everyone, how are we doing today? He exists, you think? Feel that?
Look, I feel like we glossed over this way too quickly.
So this implies there's someone...
No. You don't need to read it out loud.
Oh. we just watched the, first... of, oh, shit.
Oh my god, unprofessional!
The most... What is it?
The Amazing Digital Circus!
Amazing Digital Circus.
Episode 6!
We just finished it, so we've been, talking about it.
Yeah, it just came out, but most people have seen it at this point, I believe.
Excited for school starting, but also I'm in Texas and they passed a really bad transphobic bill, but that's great. Oh.
All you had to say was you live in Texas.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
How are y'all existing?
And I would have been like, ooh.
Everyone's existing. We're doing good. I left front for a bit today and came back to see one of the FNAF fictives trying to play FNAF and just screamed at the game and quit. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Oh yeah, I should have done that. Look! The avatar is actually working!
If you ever hear chewing noises, it's me.
What? What are you chewing? No, stop. You're a little gremlin. Why are you chewing on the...
Because it's ASMR. I want them to hear my canines.
Aiden's here today as well. As you saw, I changed the little, like what the stream is called. Put them in there.
It's very biteable. But
I watch that, but I'm so averse to new media, so...
Boo!
Things I want to watch, but I
Boo!
Are you autistic? Do you know what PDA is? It's a bit overstimulating at first.
It's so good.
Very good, I recommend.
I had dreams about it the first night I watched the first episode. It resonated so deeply for some reason at the time. I think because I dissociate really heavily, and that's why I really enjoy backrooms stuff and just weird creepy stuff, because that's exactly what my nightmares and my dissociation episodes are like, so it's comforting in a way. And I love all the characters. I love Kinger so much. It's great. The humor is peak, especially if you're an animator and you play video games, you'll totally get the references. Even to 90s computer games, they've nailed it. It's so good. But yeah, I mean, watch whatever you want, but you're just missing out.
Yeah, I've heard of people with PDA who they say oh, if someone tells them, oh my god, you have to watch this show, then they're absolutely not gonna watch it because their PDA goes, no, I can't do that now.
No, I know that because I hate when people tell me to watch a certain TV show, except right now because
right now?
Because I'm looking for shows to watch, but anyway, but as I said, do what you must. Watch it, don't watch it, noodle, I don't care.
Noodle?
But you are missing out. That's all. You're playing yourself, but that's okay. You're playing by your rules. I'm mainly joking, by the way.
Okay, how many people are gonna ask if I'm autistic?
Sometimes I worry.
All of them, everyone.
Huh? Sometimes I worry that your followers don't realize that I have a very specific kind of humor, and they just think I'm an asshole. They hear me talk and they're like, oh my god, Aster's partner is really irritating and abusive. Yesterday I said, oh, it's because I love to gaslight them, and what if they took that seriously and they're like, oh my gosh, they're making TikToks and they're like, oh, Asterfel's partner the other day, I can't believe they're treating Asterfel like this. Asterfel's a very nice person and Asterfel's laughing, but underneath his pain, you know?
Yeah,
I've seen that.
I'm crying inside. You're scaring the littles.
I know. Well,
whoa.
I've seen that happen with online couples, so I'm just I wonder sometimes. I'm not really worried, but sometimes I'm waiting for the day someone takes me very, very seriously and like not CPS, but like Child Protective Services, but instead it's Domestic Partner Protective Services. That's what like is gonna come knocking at our door, and they're like, "Is everything okay at home?"
And I'll be like, "No."
Stop it! You're a stuff for that.
Take them away, officer.
I'll do a windmill. A wind maker. I'm coming for you.
Yeah, you spin your fist around.
Yeah.
Like
I'll shake it at you. Animal. Actually.
Don't worry. I love dark humor. I like my dark humor with some kind of nightlight. Yeah, just use tone tags and then you'll be fine.
When I speak?
Yeah. I'm like half joking, but like / half joking, but
don't look at me like that. But I love tone tags, but in text, and for some reason it just doesn't work in my mind out loud unless it's for a joke. Mm-hmm. Because then if I'm speaking out loud, then I can say, "Oh, I wasn't being serious." Mm-hmm. So I don't really feel the need to say /SRS because most of the population will not understand what that means. And I'm like right here. I don't need to tone tag you because I'm in front of your face.
Like you can see your tone. Like
yes.
Tone tags are for when you can't see tone.
Yeah, that's the point of tone tags is like through text and whatnot because it is so hard to understand people's tone through texting. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. I can't do it sometimes. Most of the time I can, but then when it comes to like certain remarks, I have to like ask. But at any rate, what I'm trying to say is just ask.
Yeah, because like when you're face to face, you don't really need tone tags because if someone like
depending,
I mean, like if they don't know what's going on, they can be like, wait, what? Wait, are you serious? Or like they can ask questions of you, or like infer. I don't know.
Yeah, I would. To answer your question, Anarchy, I mean, I would always just ask. Like, there's no harm in asking. I ask all the time. Like, if I'm confused about something, or if I don't know if something was offensive, or like I'll go up to someone I know and be like, "Does that bother you when I do X, Y, and Z?" And then most of the time the answer is no. Yeah.
Or we do that sometimes, even though like we've been together for almost 3 years and we know each other really well. Sometimes it's just like, I want you to know that like I'm not serious when I say that, or like, did that joke hurt you? Like, should I not say something like that in the future?
Yeah, if you're wondering, just ask. I feel like that's literally all you can do because you're not in other people's heads and you don't know their intentions. So just ask. Yeah. It's not awkward. If anyone makes it awkward, then I've met people like that, to your credit. I have met people where they're like, "What, you don't get what I'm saying? You don't get my tone?"
God, I knew someone like that in middle school. They were like, "I have such dark humor."
Okay, well, like, the keyword really there's middle school.
I know. I have dark humor. Like, if you don't understand what I'm saying, then like, that's on you. I don't know.
To be fair, like, I don't. If anyone finds that
mean.
If anyone finds that annoying, it's kind of silly. Like, I don't care about being annoying to someone that is afraid of questions. If they think a question is annoying, they have bigger problems going on in their life. I don't know. So don't worry so much about like what someone's gonna think about you asking a question, especially if it's important to you. Like, the right people will not give a fuck. So it's okay. You don't have to worry. A question is a question, and most of the time, it takes like 2 seconds to answer, and then it's over with. Yep. It's a quick moment. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And most of the time, I build it up more than it actually is in my head. Mm-hmm.
I try to... Stop with it.
We're unboxing Haribo gummies.
Shut up. Is that the last one?
No, there's multiple. This is the pineapple flavor. This is what it sounds
like.
Don't
put that on my mic! Ew! Why would you do that? Leave my mic alone.
I've always wanted to fuck with a microphone. I've never been this close to one, and now you know why.
Let's see here. Honestly, I try to ask to make sure of stuff, but I always worry I come off as annoying. That's good perspective, thanks. My brother is an enjoyer of dark humor, in quotes, aka casual racism, homophobia, and ableism covered up as a joke.
Yeah, that's not dark humor.
That's not dark humor.
It's an excuse. They always use it as an excuse. You can have fun without being a bigot.
I plan on seeing him as little as possible once I leave the house. Yeah, I mean, very fair. I used to, like, be friends with those kind of people, and it was...
To give you some context, chat, they were in a D&D group, enough said.
Yeah.
An all-male D&D group?
All-male D&D group. Like...
They were the only woman at the time?
Yeah. Well, I came out as a gender fluid, and I, you know, told my partner at the time, which was, like, one of the guys in that group, I told him, like, yeah, I'm feeling really masculine today. This outfit makes me feel really masculine. And he picked me up and said, look at you. You're so small. And, like, he just emasculated me. So, you know, I also asked him, like, hey, if I transitioned to be a trans man, like, would you still love me? Or, like, would you want to be in a relationship with me? What are you doing with the fucking, with the gummies?
There's 2 left. I do want to hear the rest of your story, but there's 2 left. What do we do? Do we, like, fight for the death over them?
You can have them.
I can have both of them?
Yeah, I have a gummy.
I was
right
like,
now.
I can, well, you only have 2. I mean, you only have 1 and I have 2.
No,
No,
give me the shopping cart.
Why?
Give me the shopping.
I like the shopping cart too.
Fine, I'll keep this one.
No. We need to split it down the middle. Get your scissors.
No. Anyways, so I asked him if I came out as a trans man, like, would he still want to be in a relationship with me? And he said no, because he's straight. So, you know, that's... Get off the mic.
No.
You are. That's the kind of group I was in. Hate those people. Hate those people. Good luck to you. Yeah.
Oh, no, they're not saying, like,
No, not all
D&D
male.
is a bad experience. They were saying the group specifically.
Yeah, I've played D&D with, like, other people.
It attracts 2 kinds of people. People that are really cool and people that really suck. But that's, like, every fandom ever. Because, you know, people are people.
I'm not allowed dark humor around my friends since I take things too literally.
Okay, so do you want...
No, eat it.
I've been lucked. I was gonna give you a chance.
No. I've been lucked to never have a bad experience with D&D. It just says luck.
I know, but obviously they meant that. It sounds like you are making fun. Why do you have pretty trans blocked?
No, I don't know. I think that's automod. I just have it on, like, a high level.
It can come off like you're making fun of the type.
Although I'm AMAB, so that might have something to do with it. Lucky to never have bad experiences with D&D.
Oh, totally. If you're AMAB, then I have heard anyway that you will
have D&D Monday.
come across
Nice.
less.
My D&D party is pretty trans, so it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I played... most recently, I played D&D with my ex-girlfriend, her 2 partners, and their friend, who's a bisexual man. Ben. Well,
yeah.
I don't know if she should, like, name them.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm truthful.
I guess. And, like, it was fun. I don't think it's ever gonna continue, though, because we all moved to different places.
Yeah, they aren't really the kind of people to,
Stay in touch.
No.
Oh, well. I started playing in a new campaign the other day. The DM overestimated how long it would take us to fight vampires, so we spent the entire session fighting said vampires. Is it Curse of Strahd? One of my campaigns, we escaped...
That was like a 2 out of 10, I'm sorry. That was weak.
Yeah, that was. One of my campaigns, we escaped our DM's plot with the Christmas episode. What? What does that mean?
Yo.
Excuse me.
Are you ready to crack this baby open?
Crack what baby open?
The Minecraft.
Minecraft? Yeah, let's get started.
Wait, can I do Rattle Puppy ASMR?
No.
No!
Go ahead.
Yes. This is Rattle Puppy.
He's my little guy.
He rattles.
I've had him ever since I was, like, born. He, like, was, you just like touching my microphone. You just... I don't even know if that's showing up.
I don't know either, but Rattle Puppy's petting you guys.
Okay.
And then he gives kisses.
We used Santa Claus to our advantage and got out of the main plot with a portal maker. Interesting. Partner's accent sounds very Western. NYIMO.
Western.
Yours? I mean, they are from Florida.
No, that's Southern.
You're right.
New York. Thank you. Actually, so that's New England, and that's where my dad is from. He's from Mass. And I mean, like, I grew up in Florida, so there's definitely some words I say that my dad is like, oh, that sounds a little like Southern. But yeah, I mainly have my dad's voice. So thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I've always been proud. My family, they're from Boston, and that's how they talk. Sometimes if my dad gets, like, too into it, or, like, just isn't aware or he's around his family, like, you'll hear it. Like, when he also gets, like, grandiose, he just, like, like, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Down to the garden. And when I was younger, I didn't know what that meant. I thought he meant literally a garden.
Yeah.
That's
what does it actually mean?
The garden is that's where the Celtics play. It's the famous. Oh my God! You know what? It's sports, but
sports.
It's so integral to the culture, though. You don't understand. We're gonna spread his ashes there.
Yeah. Oh, I should
Secretly.
turn this down. I'm so sorry. That's probably like giving me. Well, I mean, right now it's not gonna be doubling because.
Western New York. Oh, Western New York.
New York.
What?
New York eggs.
New York.
I don't like the texture of eggs. I can only eat eggs scrambled, and that's it. I can't eat eggs any other way.
I know. I personally love a runny yolk.
No.
I always want a runny yolk.
No, I can't do it.
It makes everything better.
I can't do, like, slimy things. Slimy texture,
The yolk
I
isn't
can't do
slimy.
it.
That's more liquidy. Like, the whites raw, I don't like that, because that texture bothers me a bit. But the yolk is more, like, runny, and I like it. It's so good on everything. It instantly takes, like, a piece of toast from, like, a ingredient household snack to a 5-star meal. It just has depth of flavor. I add stuff. I put, like, Kewpie and soy sauce on top of my yolk, and then guess what? It becomes a meal, and it is so good. The flavors, they are exploding, and all it took me was a few minutes. Never underestimate the power of runny yolk.
Anime Octoling says runny yolks are good. Eggs are good no matter what form they're in. Multiverse says, okay, what are we talking about? I went AFK.
We were talking about New York, which actually we went to New York last year.
Oh, yeah, we went to New York.
I know, for the first time. My dad called me a traitor.
What? Why?
Well, you don't know that New York and Boston, they have beef.
Oh.
They've had beef for a long time.
Didn't we, like, also cross into Boston, or was that
No,
not?
we were not.
Okay.
We were not in Boston. But I was wearing my Boston hoodie. And then I told my dad when I came home, and he was like, who told you to do that? And I was like, well, you didn't tell me that I can't wear, like, Boston memorabilia in New York.
Didn't someone make a comment about it?
Yes. And I was, like, laughing about that, and he was like, you were wearing your Boston hoodie? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, I would have never let you go out the house like that. Like, I wouldn't have advised that. I didn't realize. I didn't know there was beef. But it makes sense, actually, because of course they have beef. But anyway.
I don't get it.
For lots of reasons, but one of them is also sports.
Ah.
Yeah. A little competition. But yeah, he was like, oh yeah, like, at least back in my day, they would jump you.
Oh, Jesus.
I was like, oh, okay, thanks for telling me that, Dad. Because I was just rolling around, me and my disabled partner, with, like, targets painted on our backs. And he was like, well, I didn't know you were gonna be making bad decisions. I would have said something if I knew. But I don't think they care as
yeah,
much
D&D
nowadays.
dark humor.
I know.
Yeah, we were also talking about Dungeons and Dragons and about Aiden was worried that their dark humor would come across as them just like being an asshole.
I don't think I have dark humor.
No?
No, because dark humor is very specific, and I don't think I do that. I think my brand of humor is just asshole. It's like where people that I like, or when I'm socializing, I like to like tease, and it's just where you kind of rag on each other, or as the British people say, you take the piss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Do you take the piss?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Like where you're ragging on each other.
Ragging on each other?
Yeah. Where you're like, da da da, you know?
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be a back and forth. You're roasting each other, but it's also funny, and then, I don't know, it's like improv, and you keep it going.
Like Dazai and Chuya.
Uh,
From Bungo Stray Dogs. How they're like always...
well, that's just arguing, but... I mean, that works too, I guess. But, yeah, I was just worried that, like, sometimes my brand of humor is pretty blunt or, like, out there of... Not, like, out there, but, of just, like... Okay, I know we have autistic people in the chat.
Uh-huh.
And so that's what I'm just, like, autistic people in your audience. And...
Yes.
I, too, am neurodivergent, so I was just like...
They're also autistic.
We don't know that. But, so I was just saying, I was making a bit of a joke that, like, one of these days, I'm gonna get canceled as Asterfeld's partner, because, like, yesterday, I was saying, like, they were talking about how, oh yeah, Aiden will tell me whenever I forget stuff, or they'll be like, no, it didn't happen that way, my love, it actually happened this way, and no, that's not true, my love, and I said, yep, I like to gaslight them, which I think is a very funny joke, but could you imagine if one day I'm like clipped like that, and they're like, our beloved Asterfeld, they don't know they're living with a monster.
It's your evil alter.
I know, that's what I'll tell them. I'd be like, what? No. That wasn't me, guys. That was my evil alter. And now they've, like, abstracted or whatever.
That's right, like...
So it's like,
oh, yeah,
it's
that's
not
another
even,
thing we were talking
it's
about.
not even my fault, really. It's like...
No system accountability.
I'm joking.
/ J.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, vital information I could have used earlier. Thank you, oh father, to your Boston shirt or sweater.
Wait. Where are you from?
No, I think they were like making a comment on like what you were saying.
Yes,
Let
they
me
said
move
I
this
could
closer to
have
me.
used earlier. They're saying they could
This
have
is
used.
you. This is you. They're saying.
No, see. Yes, vital information I could have used earlier. Thank you.
Yeah, that's something you would say in that situation.
What?
Okay, so
They're quoting me?
Yeah, they're like making
Well,
shit
no,
up
no,
about
no.
what you would say.
I know what that means, but like I thought they were saying like, oh, this was information that they could have used. I was saying it from your POV. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Well, I was
See,
like,
do you understand the autism?
could
over
you
here?
shut up? So I was curious. I was like, oh, are you from like New England? And you know, whatever. Anyway, whatever.
Woke up this morning to one of the others drawing a self-portrait of themselves, and man, I'm jealous of their art style. Yeah, our art style is also very dependent alter to alter. It was kind of wild. It was kind of wild. We were in like an art class, and we were doing the assignments, and different alters were doing each assignment because of like who happened to be out that day, and it was really interesting to see that like Astro has no like spatial awareness at all. And so they can't really take 3D objects and turn them into 2D objects. It's like very confusing for them. So they rely on black and white, like shadows and highlights in order to like place things in the picture. So like oh gosh, what do you call it when there's like a picture that's black and white, and then if you look at the white, it's one thing, and if you look at the black, it's another thing?
Are you talking about the negative space?
Negative space, yeah. So they relied solely on negative space to map things out, whereas like Aries was like pretty good at like seeing where the distance between objects and where to place them on the page, and like also did more like line art than shadows and like shading. And then Eros was just completely lines only and did like no shading at all. And then I don't know who else. There was like another one where it was like I can't really remember it actually. But I just remember those three specifically because I've looked back in that sketchbook and talked about that with like various people. But yeah, it is really interesting how art styles can change. Ours has changed over the years anyways. Like even before we knew we were a system, ours just changed like several times and we had like no idea like why it kept changing. Now we know, but yeah. Sadly never been funny. Never stopped me from trying to make jokes though. One of the main reasons I worry about being annoying. Oh, I get that. I am the annoying person. Like literally my love language is annoying the shit out of Aiden. What you dissociating for? What's going on?
I was so lost.
You were lost?
I was so lost.
Lost in the sauce? What were you lost in?
I didn't really know. I didn't hear the first part of that story. And then I was so confused when we were in it. And then you were describing things and I was just like, oh, that's a lot. And it just like, it kept going, which of course, because like as the conversation goes, but then I was already lost in the first place, so I continued to be lost, and then even more lost.
It's okay, my love.
Don't touch me.
It's okay.
Ow! Your bracelet.
Yeah.
Your bracelet.
You did it to yourself. Saying in your field, one of the main reasons.
You've already read that, my love.
The entertainment here. I'm from.
You've already read that.
No, I haven't. I'm from the Upside Down Spider Place. New York?
No! They're saying their altar is from that place. It's from Stranger Things.
Spider Place?
Yeah.
Stranger Things? I thought you were
No,
talking about Spider-Man.
No, do you remember the little creature?
Yeah.
It looks like a giant spider.
Does it?
Yes.
Kinda.
Oh my god.
It's got legs, I guess.
What in Spider-Man do you know that's called the Upside Down?
When he kisses. When he does the upside down kiss.
That's not a place, that's an action.
Yeah, but then it makes me think of like where the setting of that scene, and that is
It's
New York,
never in a
right?
Oh my god. 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 What? You're making me mad.
It was a reference
You're
to
making me
stereotypes
mad.
of Australia.
What?
Australia?
There's a reference to stereotypes of Australia.
Upside down spider place. Oh, the place with a bunch of spiders. The upside down is because it's on the opposite side of the world, right?
Upside down. Okay. I believe you.
Amazing.
I believe you. I can't believe we were both confidently wrong. And I was pissed at you.
Yeah, you
You were making me mad.
Which I do often. There we go, we got there in the end.
Well, I mean, you said the upside down. I don't think of a country. I think of like, oh, the upside down, Stranger Things. Like, it sounds like an official place. You could have just mentioned kangaroos and I would have understood.
Nice job in confusing
Yeah,
them.
yeah. Now we're just being obtuse. And now you're just like, you're purposefully fucking with us.
Where are you going?
I am doing things, Asterfell.
Uh-huh.
I have a life.
Yeah?
You don't know me.
You want more light in the room? I don't know that.
Oh.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, the sky looks so pretty.
There's a pigeon.
Where?
On the roofs.
Oh!
Look at them. There's
so
multiple
cute.
pigeons.
Oh.
I realized that they do that.
They just sit up there?
Yes, and I like watching them. My dad's really worried that I'm gonna become like one of those pigeon people.
What? Oh, like that
That
sits
on
there
the-
with all the pigeons
and that
on
feeds all of them. And he's like, I'm really worried that that's what your life is gonna become when you get old. And you're just gonna be like on the sidewalk surrounded by all these pigeons and they're gonna be pooping on you. And I said, well, I wouldn't be okay with that. And he said, no, see, it starts that way. But then you get so far down that you'd be all right with it.
But
You'd
if
be the
you're-
stinky pigeon person.
If you're feeding them actively, do you think they would like show you enough respect not to poop on you?
They don't have a concept of pooping is disrespectful because they're not human, they're birds. It's not about respect. It's not with emotion.
They know, like, no, I guess
no,
they
they
don't. Really.
don't. They're animals.
I guess you have to train them to know where they're supposed to go to the bathroom, right? Like in their crate. Can you potty train pigeons?
Yes, but like, what are we doing here? The pigeons on the street?
No. I'm just thinking about birds in general now.
I don't even know what to do with you.
I could keep confusing you if you want. Time to steal a bride's flag. Bride's flag colors, because they have good color palettes.
Okay.
What?
Just pull up Minecraft.
Well, we're having a good chit chat here.
No, I think you need.
What was the first 100 followers Discord thing? I can't find the information. Oh, the first 100 Discord. Okay, so there's two. There's the first 100 followers on YouTube, and then there's the first 100 followers on Twitch. So if you wanted a role that like on Discord that said like you were part of the first, you were here before 100 followers on Twitch, then there's that like announcement you can leave a reaction to, and I'll put that on your thing. And same goes for the first 100 for the YouTube, although at this point we're at 1,000 now, so there's first 100 and then there's also first 1,000. And those are like two separate roles. So like if you missed the being one of the first 100, you can still be one of the first 1,000. I just think it's kind of neat. I think it's pretty cool. Like you get like a little like badge of honor for being here since day one kind of thing. But yeah, if you're in the Discord server, just at me. You can at me and tell me like, hey, I'm in the first 100 or first 1,000, and I'll give you the role. Like, feel free to do that. I also need to like jot down like for my own self, like some people I know, like Multiverse System, I know who you are on Discord and I know who you are in chat. But like Anime Octoling, I'm so sorry, but I can't put 2 and 2 together. I don't know what your Discord handle is. And I've been trying to figure that out for each person, so that I know who is who, and just kind of keep track of my audience, you know? Here in Australia, a bird pooping on you isn't the worst thing a bird can do to you. Far from it, actually. Jeez, yeah. It's the same in everything. Oh, okay, Anime Octoling in the server? Okay, I'll look for it. Good thing to note. I got Discord yesterday. Username is pretty similar. Okay, I'll look for Anarchy Assemblage. Welcome to Discord. I first got on Discord, oh god, like, let's see. I think it was in high school, and it was around the time that I joined the Voltron fandom. That was a time. That was such a time. Because I was on Tumblr. I was secretly on Tumblr. My mom, like, she controlled everything, ever that I had access to, on my computer, basically. So I created, like, a secret email account that I hid from her, specifically so I could sign up for, Tumblr. And then when I was on Tumblr, I was, like, in the Voltron fandom, and I came across a post that was like, hey, Voltron fandom Discord server, and I was like, I don't know what Discord is. And they're like, they mentioned something about it being a kin server, and I had no idea what kinning was at the time. So I was like, I tried looking kin up online and I couldn't find anything because like it's other kin, not just kin. Like I was getting results for like next of kin kind of thing, not like whatever not other kin. So I was like, I don't know, I guess I'll try it. And so I clicked on the link and then it was like, hey, you need to download Discord in order to do this. And I was like, oh no, am I gonna get a virus? Like, I don't know what this Discord thing is. But I did it anyways and I downloaded it. And then I like joined the server and they were like very welcoming. But then I like, at the time I was like, I'm still an atheist, but I was like very strongly an atheist back then. And they were mentioning on the server how it was like a spiritual connection to like the Voltron characters, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't really understand. So I felt a little uncomfortable being in a space that was like a what's it called? A spiritual server, I guess. I definitely did not understand anything about the connection people could have between like fictional characters and the self when it comes to like spirituality. But then there was also a not safe for work channel on there where people were sharing like the dreams they had about their past lives as the Voltron characters, like having sex. And that freaked me out. I'm just gonna say, that freaked me out, and I was like, you know what? You guys do you, but I am leaving. And that was my first ever experience with Discord and the Voltron fandom. Voltron mentioned, or am I dumb? Yes, Voltron. I now want to rewatch Voltron. Dude, it's so good. I mean, the 7th and 8th seasons kind of suck, you know? Like, they jump the shark in the 7th season, and then they just, like, go to another, like, level of something in the 8th season, and I'm really upset with like what they did with like I was a Clance shipper, okay? I was a Clance shipper, hard, and I still am, but they just like they did my man dirty. They did him dirty. I don't know, like I understood that Endgame, like Lance and oh gosh, shit, what's her name? Allura. Like, I understood the progression because he was crushing on her, like, throughout the whole series. So it made sense on some level. But I was also really upset that they killed her off. Why would she have to sacrifice her life in order to, like, stop the evil person? Because, like, we didn't have to do that with Zarkon. We did lose Shiro, and I was really confused by that, like, that whole storyline, to be honest, because it just, like, they had gotten to a point at that point in the series where they were finally all synergizing with one another, and they were doing really well as a team. And then suddenly Shiro's gone, and then they're thrown all out of whack, because now they have to, like, fill the void, and then Keith gets put in the Black Lion, and Allura gets put in the Blue Lion, and Lance gets put in the Red Lion. And guess what? They're still wearing their old colored, like, suits. Why didn't they switch suits? What? Like, that part really pissed me off, because their suits did not, like, match their lion color, and that screwed with me. Like, that screwed with me. I did not like that. Excuse me, sorry. I love Voltron. My favorite characters are Lance and Paige. I now realize I have a handful of characters in my childhood that made me gender fluid. I'm very basic. I love Shiro and Keith. I'd leave two, to be honest. Yeah, it was, I don't know, man. That Not Safe for Work channel, I was like, oh, this is another level of, unhinged than I am, like here for, you know? Oh, I'm so sorry, Multiverse. I didn't mean to spoil the series. Oh, that's a big spoiler. I thought we were all in the know. I'm so sorry. How far behind am I? I know, his revival was so confusing. Yeah, because because Shiro comes back, right? But then there's this whole thing about, is he a clone? Is he not a clone? But they never actually address that. They never actually finish that storyline. They never bring it together, and they never explain anything about it. He just, gets, really white hair at some point, and Icon honestly, I can't even remember, that whole storyline. I just don't remember because it wasn't memorable to me, because it was just confusing and it was unnecessary. And what I heard from being in the fandom is that they killed off, well, they didn't kill off Shiro, but they made him disappear, right? And then Mattel or or DreamWorks, whoever's in charge of merchandising for Voltron, was this is actually bad for our sales of our Shiro Shiro action figures. So and we want to sell more Voltron toys, so you need to bring back Shiro in the series because we need to sell more Shiro toys and we need to sell more Voltron toys. And so then they had to bring him back. And there's a lot of things that kind of that happened in that way with the Voltron series. I've heard that some of the writers wanted there to be a gay romance between Shiro and his friend Adam, and then there was also some people who were really hoping for Clance to be the end game, but then DreamWorks was no, we can't put anything gay in here, but they did allow for the kiss at the very end. But it was also just not cool because it was with a guy who we just don't even know. We know nothing about him. There's no backstory to this random dude that shows up that Shiro marries, you know? I'm sorry, this is totally full of spoilers for Multiverse. If you don't want spoilers for Voltron, mute me for a second, I guess. I'm a lurk to play some Baldur's Gate 3. Nice. Got stuck in Baldur's Gate 3 in the beginning quest for 25 minutes. I haven't played Baldur's Gate, but I know Aiden has. It's cool. This is why I only watched the first few seasons. Yeah, the first few seasons are really good. I had a teacher make fun of me for watching Voltron in 5th grade. Dude, what? Nah, it's cool. Okay, I didn't really care. Okay, cool. I mean, it's been years, you know? If you're getting spoilered, what's it called? Oh, God. Spoilered. If the show is being spoiled for you, years later, you know, you gotta roll with the punches, that is all I'm saying. It's been out. It's been there. I like the guy in Baldur's 3 who got stuck in the portal. He seems cool. I have no idea who that guy is. I do know that there's the white-haired vampire dude, and my lover really likes him.
What?
Baldur's Gate 3 vampire dude.
Oh, Astarion.
Astarion, yeah, that's his name. I like his name. It's very close to a lot of our Greek space names, Aster, Astrofel. Astarion is another term for star, essentially.
I didn't play super far just because my computer at the time was a bit older, and I liked him, and I liked his story specifically, and the lessons behind his story, and that you gain he goes from a traumatized hypersexual person to being used to using his body as a means of
getting his way,
but also he assumes that that's what people want out of him, and I don't know, I guess that resonates with me. And then the first time you are I didn't play it, but I saw the scene of the first time that you have intimacy with him. It's this moment where he gets to choose. The both of you gets to choose, but it's, I don't know, he starts to heal from his sexual trauma, and I just think that's really nice. And he's under his kind of assholey shell of just brushing everything off and kind of being a dick. I don't know, there's There's a lot underneath, and
There's like a softness.
he just wants to be safe and free from the vampire cult that he's in. So, yeah, I don't know. I have a soft spot for him, for sure.
Vampire? I thought he was some kind of snow elf.
No.
Oh, I don't know.
No, he's a vampire.
Oh.
He was a human, but then he was turned and a part of what's that thing where you are turned and you become their servant?
It's called a spawn or something, or
Yeah.
a blood slave, or
Something like that.
Vampire spawn, I believe.
Yeah, and it was done against his will,
Mm-hmm.
which also sucked. And then he was a part of this like cult, and he basically had to do the arch vampire, whatever, like his bidding all the time, and a lot of them were being like pimped out. So it's a lot. And there's also like they can control your head, and there's also an inscription on his back that like came out of like escaping the cult. Like you get to also help him. So I don't know, I think it's a very, very beautiful storyline. I didn't get to like explore much of the other characters. I only saw Astarion for a few seconds and I was like, yep,
That's your man.
that's my man. Gale annoyed the fuck out of me and I was just like, whatever, you know? So, yeah.
Oops. I don't know what I just did. I absolutely hate Astarion. Don't come for me. Oh. Fair enough. It's my favorite. I'm pretty sure he's half elf, not human. Because he's got the ears. I'm gonna pretend he's a snow elf for the sake of spoilers. I just realized I'm still wearing very gay makeup and I need to take it off before I forget about it and fall asleep with it on.
Wait, let me...
My thing is I was under the impression he was first elf. And then he was turned into a vampire.
I don't think it really matters either way.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. But what you probably heard was my jewelry going against the microphone by an accident, or my clothing brushing up against it.
Wait, actually, let me try something.
What?
Can you hear it now? Is it happening now? No. Okay, so it's not the cord, because I was messing with the cord for half a second, and I thought maybe me messing with the cord was it.
No, I was watching the chat. I know what moment they were talking about. It wasn't when you were messing with it.
Okay, great. Alright, let's play some Minecraft, guys. Yeah. That's all fun, though. Like, what? No. Yes. Shut up. I don't know who you are, but get out of my head. Alright, so what have we been doing? We were strip mining for iron, because I need iron. We got some gold. We need coal, because I don't have coal on me. And I need to smelt this iron. So what I like to do when I strip mine, I like to go like row by row, and just like carve out a whole place. So I might do that here. I don't know what level I'm at technically, so I don't know if I'm gonna be mining at the right. Oh, you know what? I don't have a pickaxe anymore. That's right. Dang it. Why can I only make a sword? I have a bunch of cobblestone. Oh, is it because I don't have enough sticks? It is because I don't have enough sticks. Sticks. Let's go with 12 sticks. And then we'll make... There it is. Do we really need 6? No, I don't think we really need 6. Let's save some for like when we get iron smelted. There we go. Oops. Just realized my Discord handle is by one lowercase letter. Okay. That's not too big of a difference. Alright, let's start mining here. I also need to make a chest because I have a bunch of like stuff on me that's just, it's gonna just fill up my inventory space. Ooh, lapis! Can you get lapis with a stone? No, yes. Oh yeah, you can. How do I have 48 lapis? Where did that come from? Did I find lapis in like last time I was streaming? So what's new with you guys, chat? What's going on in your lives? Anything fun and exciting? I remember Philza saying, always mine your dirt. I have always mined my dirt, like, once he said that, but I usually don't find anything when I do so. So I don't know if I miss, like, if I saw that and, like, it was out of context and I don't know. Anyone else watch Philza and know what I'm talking about? Gonna get a person to maybe diagnosis, hopefully. Oh, for like DID? Yeah, it's really hard to like get a diagnosis of DID. I had to go to like several different people. I got kind of bounced around between therapists in order to finally get diagnosed. The person who diagnosed me made me take like a huge test with like over 200 questions that tested for like pretty much everything related to dissociation, trauma, and personality disorders and stuff like that. See, I mined the dirt and like there's nothing to show for it other than just dirt, you know? I don't know, man. What was I saying? Oh yeah, yeah, so they made me take this test, and the results showed that like I had like a higher percentage for DID than I did OSDD, because at the time I had seen someone who like didn't specialize in dissociative disorders but like knew some stuff about it, and she was like, from what we've talked about and from what you've like experienced and said and like reported and things, it sounds like it could be other specified dissociative disorder, but after taking the exam, it turned out it was more so DID than it was OSDD. So that therapist was like, yeah, or I guess psychologist. I can't remember like what specifically her credentials were, but yeah, then she was like, no, it is DID. Interestingly enough, out of like all of the questions, I actually tested 100% for child voices, which at the time I didn't really understand like what that meant exactly, but it basically what it meant was that a lot of the voices that were in my head, or a lot of the different selves that I have, are children, so there's like a lot of brain regression going on, like in my brain, like a lot of regression going on in my brain, a lot of parts that have yet to like mature or grow up. So I found that to be really interesting, because at the time I only knew of like one child alter that I had. Oh, see, we're all the thing is filled. Let me go make a chest. I'm drawing a tessellation of cats that I'm gonna give to my friend. What's a tessellation? Let's see. Yes, chest. We didn't qualify for DID, so we're trying for OSDD. Yeah. That's kind of like... I don't know what I was gonna say. Life is up and down for me, kind of like an emotional roller coaster. That if it were real, would have a high mortality rate. Yeah, I mean, it is not for the, you know, DID is not formed for great reasons, you know? It's, it happens because of, like, a lot of stress you put a child under, which children really shouldn't have to go through. All that stress. Both my therapist and psychiatrist think I have dissociative disorder. I think it's partial DID. If life was a roller coaster, mine was made in theme park simulator. Quote from one of the others. Oh, ads. Yep. Sorry about the ads. I am now monetized, so I will now be. I have so far made like $2 off of like my last stream, which is like really cool, you know? Like, hey, like this is actually like going somewhere, you know? I'm really excited by it. So thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching the ads. I know I hate ads myself, but
Don't apologize.
yeah.
Yeah. It's just a few seconds.
That's true.
And even then, you, like, this is how you start as a creator. If anyone has any issues, they can find an ad blocker, you know? I hate ads as well, but, like, it's a part of our world.
Yeah.
Do not apologize. You are a creator, so just, it's whatever, you know?
True.
If anyone's really bothered, then I guess look away for 2 minutes. I don't know.
Shapes that repeat themselves infinitely without gaps. Saying, geez, there's 7 of them. 7 of them? Like ads? I'm on number 6. Dang. Welcome back. I don't know what you missed, because I can't remember where we were at. I think we were talking about DID though, and like getting diagnosed. It's the platform's fault for ads. If you got a subscription service, then you don't need ads. Yeah. Subscribe to the Cosmic Collective. Ad-free content. Ah, there it goes. Oops. But yeah, it's like a whole process to get a diagnosis for DID, because a lot of people just don't know much about DID. That's kind of why I got bounced around between therapists a lot, was because they just like, hey, I don't specialize in this, and so you should probably talk to this person who I think is more like educated on that subject. So that's kind of like what happened to me until I got diagnosed. And then I worked with a specialist for about 2 years, and oops. And then she didn't turn out to be the greatest person in the world. So I left, and now I'm actually working with someone who specializes in autism, because she didn't specialize in autism, and I had a lot of concerns about being autistic. And she was like, I can't help you with that, unfortunately. So I just decided, like, I'm pretty good at handling the DID stuff nowadays. I know a lot more about it. I know, like, how to handle myself and handle my system. from the 2 years that I like was working with a specialist. So I decided that like now like the priority is for me is acquiring as much knowledge as I can about autism and how it might be affecting me. And that's so I'm now seeing like someone who specializes in autism. And it's great so far. I really like them as a practitioner. They're very well informed. They're very like passionate about what they do, and they provide me with like a lot of resources that I've just like not experienced before from a therapist. Like they're just very invested in helping their clients. Oh right,
which is what they should be doing.
Yeah, I was gonna turn the game capture down just a little bit. There we go. So it shouldn't be so loud. I think I was looking at like past VODs and the Minecraft noises were like really loud in comparison to my my voice. Let me know if that like let me know if it's better for you guys or not. I can still mess with it more. But yeah. Well, there goes that. Promo timing. I want to be able to make content and get money from it, but I can't get more than 2 videos out on YouTube without losing motivation. Dude, I'm in a similar plight. I have some technical issues I'm going through, so like I have a VODs channel set up, but I haven't actually posted any VODs because I can't see my for some reason I'm trying to use DaVinci Resolve to edit videos for YouTube, and for some reason it won't let me like load in any of my files. It says it can't find them, even like though like when I have them in my
What directory do you have them in?
Well, I have them in my like movies folder, I guess, on my computer, which is where like all of my like video content goes.
Movies folder.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably like I think I said this last time, but yeah, I was gonna ask you for some help with
You
that.
should, because that sounds DaVinci is like a well-known program.
Yeah.
They would not have it so you can't upload files.
Yeah.
Because then there would be no program.
Yeah. So I know it's a problem on my end. But then there's also another layer to it where I have moral OCD. So I am constantly freaking out about being like a bad person, being perceived as bad, or just like having said something that was bad and like getting canceled and like people like hating me for just like me being like a terrible, terrible person. And so I'm so paranoid that like, I don't know, I've accidentally said something bad on stream in my past VODs, or I didn't explain something right, like well enough, so it's gonna get misinterpreted by people, and I'm gonna get dogpiled on by a bunch of haters and stuff like that. And I just like, I'm not like mentally and emotionally prepared for like
no one's prepared
receiving a bunch of hate right now, you know? And I know that too, but
that is a part of the job though.
Yeah, I know it's a part of the job. But I'm holding off because like I need to work on myself and my own mental health and like my own security and safety before I like put myself out there to like have to deal with all of that, you know? You know what I mean?
I do, but like you're already out there.
Yeah, but I'm a very small creator right now.
I guess.
Even specialists don't always know enough. Yeah, that's so true too. I just tell people I'm 13 people in a trench coat, and the best comment I got was how do they all fit in there? That's really funny. My therapist is also good at autism. She's trying to get me to talk about trauma though, and my brain doesn't consider it safe yet. Yeah, I get that. I wanted to be a content creator, but I hate my voice, so I have to use auto-tune. It's the only thing I have to cover it up, or
That works too.
or use TTS.
Yeah, there's no shame in that.
Feel that minus the OCD. To be honest, one reason why is because every time I find an editing software, something happens that means I can't use it anymore. I'm trying to start streaming again, but I need to remake all of my assets, plus doing social media is so draining for us. It's a lot of work, you know, being like a content creator full-time, because you're never off the clock, you know, it's kind of like a 24/7 gig.
It depends on how you manage yourself though, because you're your own boss.
It's true.
You can make it so you're not on the clock all the time. You can have certain hours for every day. I know there's definitely like, it can feel like if you don't do something like all the time, then you're gonna lose it. But I mean, you're only gonna burn yourself out, and then it's not gonna be fun anymore, you know? You're gonna hate it.
Yeah, I also don't want to burn out, so I'm taking things slowly right now. And you know, for those of you who've been here since day one, and been here like in the Discord server before it was like a server that was open to like community talking channels and stuff like that, you guys know that it's been like a long time coming that I have wanted to be a streamer, but I've been like super hesitant and not ready to do it just yet. And so I'm just now figuring it out, and I'm just now starting out. So, you know, I just need to take a little bit more time than the average person to like get used to a new routine and feel prepared for like doing the work that is required for this kind of career.
Well, let me say something.
Yeah.
There's no, like, the average person.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really rules on how fast you are supposed to do it. It's all dependent on you, and it's not like there's a due date, you know?
Yeah.
So no one is saying you have to get something done at a certain time. That is the pressure you are putting on yourself.
Yeah.
So I'll just say that there's no specific way that you're supposed to be doing it. And everyone is a bit different, and even though like you see creators online, it doesn't mean you know how long it took them to like gather up the courage or to get comfortable or to even get where they are at now. In fact, I mean, you even mentioned Filza earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It took him a long time to get really popular, so years.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry about that so much.
I'm taking things at my own pace is kind of the bottom line.
Yes, and that's okay.
Started with one that just straight up corrupted my videos mid-editing, the Blender, then Blender, which was very minimal in editing, and then CapCut before they decided they could steal people's videos without permission. I know, I was using CapCut for like TikTok. And then that came out and I was like, oh, no, you gotta be kidding me. That's ridiculous. So then I deleted everything that I had on CapCut and like took the app off my computer, or my phone. Now for TikTok, I just kind of use the editor that's like in TikTok because it's pretty easy to use, and I like that they have like now, like they've upgraded it quite a bit, which is really nice, since I started using the app. And it does what it needs to. I don't really feel the need to use like a heavy duty editor like DaVinci for TikTok.
For TikTok.
For
yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah. But I was like, for editing in general, you're missing out. There's so many things that you don't realize you could be doing with some of these editing softwares. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of like. I mean, I watch YouTube videos. I see other people's content, and I also see like other what are they called? Like VTubers and PNG tubers, like who have who make videos both on TikTok and YouTube, and they're like doing a bunch of like really cool stuff with it. In the sense that
it's fantastic.
Yeah, in the sense that like there's just all this water here. Maybe I'll go down here and well, no, I want to go back to where I was. What was I gonna say?
In the sense
that
creators doing all these cool things with editing software.
Yeah, with editing. That makes their videos look really cool and engaging and fast-paced. And I want to be able to do those same things. But I currently lack all of most of those skills. Like the best I can do in like editing right now is like cutting, splicing, and putting captions and putting text if I'm in TikTok, but I don't know how to do that in DaVinci. Actually, no, I do know how to do that in DaVinci. I just learned that. But yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at. But I want to be able to like add like what do you call them? Like pictures as an overlay. You know, if I'm talking about a specific thing.
You can do that in CapCut.
Adding like an overlay of video as well.
Yeah, you can do that in CapCut.
Yeah, I never learned how.
You just fuck around with stuff.
I know. I'm not good at fucking around with stuff and learning.
But then also you look up videos since that's how you like to learn.
Yeah.
So
I just haven't done that yet. It takes spoons. It takes mental spoons that like I just currently don't have. Now that I've finished that work that I needed to do, so now I have a lot more like free time to work on my content creation. You know, I'm taking it at my own pace.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff is so easy. It just looks overwhelming.
Yeah. And that's what keeps me from doing it, is that it looks overwhelming and my brain goes, oh god, I can't do this.
But you can. You are very smart and like, I'm serious. And you can. And I know you can. And like once you do it, it's just so awesome. Like you'll find all these things you didn't even realize were possible. And it truly just, I don't know, it just changes everything, because then all these ideas that you thought you had, it doubles.
Yeah.
Yes, because you realize that there's, I can do this, and I can do this, and I didn't realize I was able to do this, and now I have like all these different ideas for projects that I want to do. Or then I'll keep that in mind for the future when I do X, Y, and Z project. And then you can think on your feet and make cooler ideas. Not that your ideas aren't cool, but like even cooler ideas, you are able to do that when you have this new knowledge, because in the future, like if someone asks, oh gosh, like I don't know how to do this certain thing, or what do we want to do for this project, then like you'll realize even if you only have small information about a program, only know how to do like 5 things, it's a part of your arsenal now, and you can be like, oh wait, actually I think I know something that could help with that. I think we could look at After Effects. And I'm not very experienced with it, but what?
I ran out of storage.
Oh.
Keep going.
And I'm not very experienced with that, but I could probably figure out how, or now I know that we should get someone that is good in After Effects. Even just that knowledge alone is super helpful, especially like in professional spaces. So, I don't know. I think it's great. I get that it's scary, but like, honestly, most of the time, it looks scarier than it actually is.
Yeah.
That's the fun thing I love about computers and programs, is there's always an answer. Someone had to go in and program that and make it that way. So there is logic to it, and there's always a solution. And usually there's more than one solution. So I don't know. I like that it is something that is predictable and has a system. So therefore, what I'm basically trying to say is you can have solace in the fact that there is a way to do things. There's also always a way to do things easier. I don't know. Anyway, I hated After Effects, but I mean, seriously, it was so cool. I'm really glad that I got to learn how to use it. Best thing ever.
I don't even know what After Effects is.
Oh.
Is that that program you use to make animations?
Well, so it is an editing software. It's specifically for videos and whatnot, and yes, I did, like, that's how I made a bunch of, like, effects. So people use it, I believe, especially, like, in the movie industry, for just adding certain effects. Like, you can just add fog that wasn't there that day. And, like, that's programmed into After Effects. If you're ever like, oh, I wish the color was a bit better on this, guess what? After Effects does that. And there are things that you didn't even know were possible, like making a star field, making a fake galaxy. You don't have galaxy content? That's fine. You can make it. And I just... Crazy. Yes! And I think that's super fascinating. And... Ooh,
I know.
Cave sounds.
But... That's why I'm, like, not able to.
There's, like, crazy shit. You can make text rotate. All you have to do is type out text. And then, like, it takes you, like, 5 minutes. Boom. You can make anime-looking water in 2 minutes. Boom. Just with stupid shapes using the ellipsis tool. It's crazy. Honestly, it's crazy. And then you can add animations to your shapes and things, and it helps you out. That's why I'm like, we need to find a way to market to people a bit better on how to use art programs. Because if they realized how stupidly easy some of them were, I feel like, because, like, people are like, oh, but the AI does it for you. These programs are built to do so much. They are hefty. Are they expensive? Yes, I won't lie about that. But there's always designers and engineers. They are always looking for bootlegs and making bootlegs. And there's a bunch of free alternatives to the Adobe suite that you can look into. I mean, even Blender is free, which is wild. That such a crazy program is free. What are you looking at?
I'm just reading chat real quick, to catch up.
But yeah, it's just we need to find a way to make some of this more accessible, or less scary, because it's pretty fucking accessible. There are guides and YouTube channels everywhere. There's even, like, TikToks that are only 30 seconds long that'll teach you something new, like teach you 5 new things that you could be doing with your designs or other programs, and it's wild. It's wild, and you can just start now.
Hit Film was the one that corrupted my videos, just checking, so stay clear of that one. Okay, I've never heard of Hit Film. I want to read this one. It's from Anime Octoling. I was gonna use YouTube, but I'm still debating what I want to do with my content, since I want to share my stories and little characters and don't know if I should mention I'm a system, since it may be confusing. I am also in the same boat. I am out as a system, but eventually, like, I'm also a writer, and a lot of my alters in my system either used to be or still are, like, my OC. I mean, they are, but they aren't. They are both my alters and my OCs. I have a lot of alters in my systems where they have, like, you know, my brain has just grasped the OC that I was, like, playing or writing or like otherwise interacting with the world as. where was I going with this? So, oh, right. So, for me, I definitely have this interconnection between my maladaptive daydreaming and my DID, where both of them feed off one another and are very, like, what's it called? Comorbid with one another. And I think, oh, chicken. And I think personally, as a creator with DID, because the two are so interwoven for me, it really shapes how I write, who I write about, what kinds of stories I produce, and then also how I navigate the world that I live in, like this world here. I have a very unique experience with my alters, because a lot of them, you know how they say, like, oh, as an author, like, imagine meeting your OCs IRL, like, they would hate you. They would, like, for all the trauma you've put them through, you know, that kind of stuff. I've definitely had, like, internal conversations with some of my alters, and they're like, dude, what the fuck? And I'm like, I'm sorry. Me and you, we share the same trauma on some level, because I use storytelling, and I use, like, I use storytelling to process my own trauma. And I basically write stories that are, like, exaggerated, theatrical versions of the kind of trauma that I experienced as a child, because the kind of trauma I went through was very subtle and very silent, and it was behind closed doors, and it was so, like, dysregulating, and that it created for me what's called disorganized attachment, which is where you have an attachment to the people who your caretakers, people who are responsible for your health and wellness as a child. You have a disorganized attachment to them, where you love them and think that they're a good person, and, like, there's parts of you that are, like, treated well by this person, but then there's also parts of you that are being abused by this person, and where did I?
It's also definitely a big part of, like, healing from trauma is
working through it through fiction.
Well, even then, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that a lot of people do have a complicated relationship with their abusers in general, in which, like, where they do love that person, but they also are terrified and also are resentful and angry, and there's just that is a very normal phenomenon of, like,
because a lot of the time it's your family.
Yeah, and
your family can be your biggest bullies, and that is really hard to deal with, especially as a very young child. And it creates this disorganized attachment, which then, in a lot of cases, or at least in mine, created dissociative identity disorder.
Yeah, but to I really wanted to answer the question that that person posed.
Yeah.
About, like, not knowing if they want to make them having DID about their content. I do agree, like, I respect your take on it, Ashfel, of course. And I think it's definitely different for everyone. But I will say, at least from my perspective, at least what works for me, I should say, is your disorder, like, having DID you don't have to, like, give a disclaimer to everyone and announce it to them and, like, make it part of your content if you don't want to. My stuff is art related. I have a bunch of content that's about my art. I don't really talk about my mental health struggles. I do every once in a while, but it's also coming from someone where I grew up on the internet, and I had my days of full-on venting and talking about all my personal information, and I guess as I got older, I realized that for me, I don't want that out on the internet, and I don't want to be known for my past. I don't want to be known for like my disorder. Not that you are, my love.
What?
Not that any of this.
I mean, I am known for my disorder.
Well,
that's like kind of my whole.
Well, yes,
platform.
but it's really the person behind it. But I'm like, none of this is directed at you. I just don't want you to feel bad. I'm not trying to like shit on this specific style of like content creation. I think that's fine. But for me, I just don't want my history and like my abusers to like, they're a part of my identity and my story for sure. But I just don't want them to have a center stage in my content. And I don't know, for me, you don't have to hide it at all. You don't have to lie and be like, what? I have no mental health disorders. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But it can just be. It can just be a part of you. Like, you just don't, if you don't feel like talking about it, then you don't have to. And like, if someone asks or they find out, and then you can just be like, yeah. And it doesn't have to be the center of your content or the center of how you do content or what you share online. That's for me anyway. Like, if someone asks me, like, they find out certain information about me that I have put online, I can't take it back now. But I would say that, yeah, like, I do have X, Y, and Z, and I would probably just move on for me personally, because I want a specific focus on my content, which is my art, and I want to make an impact, and I want to make people laugh, and I want to write stories, and there are some things I want to share, but I think it's also good to have some things that are private and that just belong to you and the people you love. I think, not to get a little preachy, but I'm gonna get a little preachy. Yeah. I think as I get older, I do believe we share sometimes too much online. I mean, the internet has become a big part of the world and how we socialize. It's just how it is now, which isn't bad or good, but I do think people... I saw this title of this video the other day that was like, internet safety, like the death of internet safety, which, I mean, I think is a little dramatic, but I think it was also a title, so it was meant to be grabbing. Yeah. But it is true, like, our relationship, at least what I take away from that title, our relationship with the internet has changed significantly. And who we are on the internet is more often than not who we are offline. There's like kernels of truth and there's little snippets of us, but there's definitely some people in a certain culture, especially when you're in school, of like sharing everything online. All your feelings, all your history, and everywhere you're going, and and like just all this stuff going on in your life. And I just wonder if that's healthy. I don't think it is. I think there are certain things that we could do, not that like no internet is the solution, because it's Pandora's box. It's gone now, man. Like, and I do love certain parts of the internet, but I don't know. I guess I just worry. I worry about...
You don't have to put all of yourself online.
Yeah. And you never have to, like... I guess what I'm thinking of when it comes to my mental health is, you know, when people are like, oh, you tricked them, you need to tell them that you're trans. You don't have to do that with, like, your mental health and certain things. You don't have to, like, admit to it. Because otherwise you're tricking people. Like, you don't have to force yourself to be quote-unquote honest or whatever. I just sound like my dad there.
Honest? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. But, so it's ultimately up to you and what works for you. You could try it out, but I will caution that once it's out there, you can't really take it back. So I would, I would think about that, like, of information, because you can apologize for words you said. You can apologize, you can rectify a situation, but once information is out there, it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it's like, some things aren't super hard to find in general, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I just want to be known for my content and make people laugh. And I think you just have to have a good conversation with yourself and ask, like, do you want questions about that? Do you want to answer questions about your disorder, your trauma, about, like, it's a very, very, very vulnerable thing to do. And if you don't want to constantly answer questions about that, I think that's probably an indicator that it's not for you.
Yeah, for me, I am out as a system and it is a core integrated part into of my being a writer and being a content creator because where's my boat? Because I want to create I want to create the representation for DID in the media that I need. And that I would want to have read as a child. I want to create stories in which DID is represented accurately and positively and just truthfully, rather than like the stereotype of like, oh, people with DID are like these secret killers with secret evil alters and like stuff like that. I want to change the narrative in the entertainment industry about DID, like what DID looks like. Seriously, where is my boat?
Yeah, and I think that's super, like, I think that's super awesome.
Yeah, and so that's why my like DID and my content creation and my writing is all interwoven, you know?
Yeah, there's definitely downsides to doing that. Like, it's something that is admirable, but it does take a lot of vulnerability and hard work.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna get like swaths of people who are I already experienced swaths of people who like don't believe that I have DID, who think that I'm faking DID, who think that I'm making a mockery of the community of DID. Like, I got haters, you know? And I'm gonna have to deal with those people for the rest of this career that I am like doing, because that it just comes with the territory, basically.
For someone that is so afraid of public perception and other people's feelings,
Yeah.
You sure picked a career path that requires a lot of tough skin.
I know. And I've always been a very contradictory person, and I chalk that up to being multiplicity and having grown up in a household that is almost always very contradictory. And, you know, disorganized, which is where the disorganized attachment comes from. Like, I've used to, like, when I was a kid, or when I was a teenager at least, I would express myself. I would tell people, like, yeah, I'm a walking contradiction. And it was always things like, well, you know, sometimes I'm a girl that hangs out with the guys, or
You're not like other girls.
I'm not like other girls, you know, like, I'm the one, I guess, quote-unquote girl that only had guy friends and only hung out with the guys, because honestly, I just did not understand women. And I also just didn't understand, too, how to be a woman. Like, you know, I identified more with masculinity than I did with femininity. But then I would have my rare moments of being like, oh my god, I am very, like, much a woman, or I'm very much girly, or I'm very feminine in some way.
Missing out
On
those female friendship.
Female friendship?
It truly is
Yeah.
something else.
I haven't had good female friendship. I don't think. I have one, let's see. I have to like actually remember the people in my life.
Shay,
Yes,
Rebecca.
I got my lovely, lovely sister,
Rebecca.
who I love to death. Please don't name the people in my life online by their real name. I don't want to like dox people or anything. But yeah, I have a friend from high school, and then who else? I kind of think that's it. Because right now I don't really have any like friends that are like in my life playing a very significant role. I have online friends that I talk to, and I have like your friends that I know but like don't interact with other than if we go out together. So my little sphere is like very small.
Just because you don't see someone all the time doesn't mean they aren't your friend.
Well, I have like a interesting I define friendship in different ways. To me, if I don't have a deep connection with someone, then I consider us acquaintances rather than friends.
I guess that's where we differ because it's for me anyway, it's kind of unrealistic because deep connections like those where you hang out all the time or you talk to them all the time, those are rare. And that doesn't always happen that way, and that's okay. Sometimes, like, some friendships are just like where you're friendly with each other or you don't talk as often. Like, I would still consider Sab a friend of mine, even though we don't talk as much anymore, and that's okay. We talk like here and there, but it's because we have stuff going on. And that's, for me anyway, that's a part of life. And that's okay. Because if I've had people ghost me, and these people aren't. Like, I still talk to them every once in a while, so therefore they're still my friend. Just because we're not talking a lot doesn't mean they're suddenly not my friend anymore. Like, Sarah, I've had such a history with. She seriously has been my best friend since I was 13. And we don't talk like we used to. Probably partly because I'm in another state, but also, I mean, we have different goals right now. She is doing stuff with college, or no, she's working. She's working, and she also has this serious boyfriend that she's super into, and they go and travel around a lot. Like, that's something else that people also have to grapple when they have friends, is like when their friends get serious relationships. Because, I mean, the amount of time that you spend with your friend does lessen a bit as you have like a serious relationship in your life. And then sometimes, yeah, you do like see your friend a bit scarcely after they get a relationship, because it's a very important connection. Not that like the friendship isn't important anymore, but it's, I don't know, it's something like when you are in a relationship, for me anyway, it's something that you can understand. And not saying like suddenly not talking to your friend anymore is cool, but it's...
Yeah, I guess we just have different like definitions of friendship.
Yeah, for me, not every relationship can be to that level, and I think that's okay. Yeah. I have
mean, obviously not every friendship that I experience, that I would say is like is on that. Like, I'm not saying every single person I call a friend has to be on that level per se. Like,
I thought that's what you were saying, though, that like if you're not on that level, then they're not your friend. That's how it came off.
Yes. Well, it's like there's like levels of friendship, and I guess if it's someone that I'm talking to kind of rarely or interacting with not on the daily, or if I'm like I know them from the past but we haven't talked in like a very long time, but we used to have a deep connection, like that person from high school, like I definitely would still like call them my friend. But the people I'm talking to online like currently, who I kind of like on and off speak with, I've just started talking to, I would call acquaintances.
Well, yeah,
and then your friends I would call acquaintances.
Yeah, because you've only met them like twice.
Yeah. Yes. I kind of like grandfather in like my deep connections from my past as friends, but then I currently like don't have anyone on that kind of same level, that same vibe that I had back then. I don't have any of those kind of people in my life right now, and so that's why I would consider myself not having any like friends.
Yeah, that's kind of partly like that's a part of getting older as well, though. It's at least from what I've heard from my parents and other adults, and like my personal opinion, it is kind of a part of getting older that like as people start settling into their lives, you do have less friends, and that's kind of, I don't know, for me that's okay. That's just the way it is. And
I feel lonely, but when I feel lonely, I just try to talk to people that I know. But I do feel like I am missing that kind of deep connection with other people. Like, I kind of only have like you to talk to about like really serious things, and like people I can lean on for support, like a little community in my like personal life. Because I also just don't have, other than my lovely sister, I don't have family I can rely on either to be in my corner. So, I don't know. That's just kind of like where I'm at when it comes to these kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of can't remember now why we started talking about this topic.
Who cares?
Well, I try to like have a frame of reference for like, why did I bring this up? What is the point of what I'm trying to say? I can't remember. Let me look at chat real quick, because I don't think we've talked to chat in a second. Let's see. Okay, Animarctoling is heading out soon. He's gonna ask if you guys want to lighten the mood from the serious talk. We can.
Wait.
Sorry.
Why?
I was gonna ask if you guys want to lighten the mood from the serious talk. We can if it's making people uncomfortable. I don't know. I completely forgot. I made dino nuggies.
What's wrong with what we're talking about?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You must go now. Bed calls to you. Good night. Have a good night. Never had dino nuggies until I was like 11 or 12. Got a hike to do with my sister. Ooh, have a good hike with your sister. Have fun. Thanks for being on stream. Thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed our deep philosophical talks.
I mean, like,
Got so much life advice from y'all. Yeah, I'm glad. You know, I'm 27. I've got quite a few words of wisdom to share. Bye-bye.
I just like having talks. Like,
I like having deep talks too.
I don't think, like, we're not fighting.
No.
For sure. Me, we're just having a conversation, and I think it's okay. Like, and I welcome that we disagree on things. I think it's, for me, I value it. I've always sought out relationships where there are some things that I might like disagree with someone on. Not like human rights, but I don't know. It's something that's always been in my family as well. Mm-hmm. We like to sit around and debate and talk about things, and I think that's really healthy, and I think it is healthy for, at least my dad has always said, you don't want to be the smartest person in the room all the time. It's not good for growth, and it doesn't do anything for you, because if you are the smartest person in the room at all times, then you have nothing new to learn.
Mm-hmm. And this world is so full of things to learn. There is like, there's so much to learn. You could never possibly learn everything in one lifetime, you know? So it's great to learn as much as you can. I know Aiden like really loves just knowing things. They go down rabbit holes all the time. I've said this in previous streams where like they'll just like listen to podcasts or they'll listen to a video and they'll come to me and they'll be like, guess what I just learned? And they'll go, yep. And like for an hour or like more, I just have like Aiden to listen to as like a podcast. And I love it. It's great. They're so silly, and they're so sweet, and they're so cute, and they're so passionate about these things that they learn that it makes it all the more cherishing for me to learn as well.
I think there's so much to learn, and I love that. I love that you never stop learning, and I think it's something that's so valuable that we should never take for granted, you know?
Yeah. They're a very curious person too. I'm just not super curious in general. But so it's good that I have them because they do all the curiosity for me, and then I'm like more aware of the world and I'm informed by things and I learn things.
Yeah, I think it's really good to know things, and it's easy to stick your head in the sand, but when you don't know things, you neglect, like, you are doing a disservice not only to yourself, but to other people. When you get comfortable in, like, oh, I know everything now, and, like, I don't have anything left to learn, I think that's where, like, the older generations, like, it happens with every older generation. I think that's the pitfall they go into, is like, well, I know everything already. And I know how the world works, and I've learned a lot, and I am comfortable in that, and I don't need to learn more. And the fact of the matter is, you're never too old to learn more things.
I left my book here.
My dad always told me that, and it's true. You will always keep learning things forever and ever and ever and ever. And when you think you have it all, you don't. So I don't know. I like to try and learn as much as possible, especially like when it comes to other communities that I'm not a part of. I want to be able to like be a decent ally and learn
everything you can.
Everything I can, and also just hear more perspectives, because it changes my perspectives and it makes me think, and I feel like sometimes I have been closed-minded about certain topics, and then like hearing more about other people's experiences and the intricacies of people's experiences, I think you learn a lot, and you also learn that things are usually complicated, and you can't fit people's experiences in a specific box. And I don't know, you just start having, at least for me, I feel like you start to have more sympathy for the people around you, and you give people grace. And that's been something that's been kind of like rolling around in my head this year specifically, is just giving people more grace. I think we could all do that more. And I think it's so important. Like, you just never know. I've heard so many stories, and I get hungry because I want to know more. I want to hear everyone's stories. And the more you hear, the more you're like, it's really not that simple. And if we just awarded grace to each other more, I feel like that would be nice. But I mean, in a perfect world, you know what I mean? So it's humanity's humanity, and it's flawed, and I think that's kind of interesting. That's why I like history so much. I like to think about rhetorical questions people say, or I'll read it and you can keep playing. Or I can read it to you, yeah, sure. Or questions they ask for the sake of asking them, and see if I can think of an answer. It doesn't matter if my answer is right or wrong. I find I gain more from the process of thinking it through than the result I come up with. I like to think about rhetorical questions people say. Can you give an example of like a rhetorical question? I know what a rhetorical question is, but I'm not really understanding.
The context?
Yeah, not the context. I guess I'm just not really understanding what kind of rhetorical questions we're talking here. Or questions they ask for the sake of asking them. Who is they? I'm assuming the general population. And if I can think of an answer. Yeah, I think I just need a little more to understand what you are talking about. Because I want to know, but I have no clue. I need a little bit more.
Context. We need context clues.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very hungry for history and stories and facts and information.
Mm-hmm.
I can't comprehend in my brain how someone can't be curious, like, naturally. It doesn't make sense to me because I constantly look at things and want to know why.
Yeah.
Because that's how I process information.
What do you think about me then? Like, me not being curious and not searching things?
Wild to me because I always have to know. I want to know. I want to understand. And because, like, to me, life is so much more boring without the whys. It's so boring. Like, if you go to a museum and then you just look at the art and you're just looking at it, like, visually, instead of knowing why they made it, it's so boring. There's, like, lots of things you can like that are visually striking, but when you hear people's, like, stories behind them and the intentions behind them, I feel like that's what makes the art, and that makes you appreciate it more, at least in my opinion, because, like, sometimes I just look at something and I'm like, okay, like, I once saw this entire sculpture made out of Domino sugar, and it was like a Sphinx lady, I believe, and it was just made of hardened sugar, and at first I didn't really know what I was looking at, and I was like, okay, that's cool, it's big. So, like, what do you think? If I brought you a gigantic sugar sculpture, what would your first thought be?
I made sugar skulls in, like, middle grade.
Yeah, and that's also
my first thought.
Yeah, that's also the beauty. But what would you think about the art piece? Would you be, like, moved by it? Just from that description alone? If you just saw
like, moved by it? No.
Okay. Well, what if I told you the sugar cane sculpture, like, it was made of Domino sugar?
I don't know what Domino sugar you mean.
It's just the brand name.
Oh, okay.
But it was made by a black woman, and it was specifically, like, the head, it looks like just a woman. No, the head was used, it was, she crafted up, like, a mammy character to represent, how people stereotype black women and how they are seen as the providers and how they are gawked at and objectified. But then the choice of Domino's sugar specifically is where it originally came from, and how sugar was one of the things that black slaves, specifically in, I believe, the Jamaicas? If I'm, like, Jamaica? I think I have that right, but I'm not entirely sure, so if I'm wrong, I apologize. But, where sugar was one of the imports. Sugar was one of the things that they had a bunch of enslaved people getting, and they had them working these inhumane hours. So having this giant thing made of sugar, the scale is crazy. It's wild. It's in this giant, she put it specifically in this old sugar mill. And that just, like, adds a whole other layer. She had people look at it, and you could take pieces of the sugar sculpture. And to me, I don't know, that's very emotionally impactful because it was just multi-layered of, like, what she was trying to say. It was for our women of color, it was for slavery, it was for consumerism, greed, because the whole sugar thing that went on, you know, there was such a high demand, they were pushing these people to death to get these large amounts of sugar because it was so wanted. And then here this giant sculpture of sugar is. So I don't know. To me, when I first saw just a sugar sculpture, I was just like, whatever. But then when you hear actually what it means and the intention, like, I never would have thought of that. Of course not, because I don't have that lived experience. So it just makes me appreciate it all the more, and it just slowly, like, the sculpture slowly dwindled away in the sugar mill.
It's really fascinating.
Yeah, so that's why matters to me. But anyway, let's look. Speaking of thinking, I started school this week. I'm pleasantly surprised. It will not be as bad as a year as I thought. Okay, then I'll respond to Anarchy's thing in a second, since they are going through ads. They really should get an ad blocker if it bugs them. But at any rate, such is the life of watching Twitch streams. It is. But anyway. That's why I was saying that life is so boring without knowing the why. Because if you take everything at face value, then it's kind of shit.
We found diamond!
Hell yeah.
Yay! First diamonds!
I just think it's kind of shit.
You think it's kind of shit?
Yeah. And I feel like I'm actively making my life more interesting when I find out why.
Look at me exploring a cave without you.
Good job. Hi, Anarchy. I waited to respond to your message since I saw that you were experiencing ad break. So, for example, I filled out a form for a sleep study, and they asked if I'm left-handed or right-handed, and I was like, why are they even asking me this? Well, because usually that has... Anyway, I need to read it first. Complaining because the form was really long. But then I thought about it more and wondered if there were neurological differences between left and right-handed people, or expressions like the chicken or the egg. I think the egg came first because the first ever chicken that evolved... What? Because the first ever chicken that evolved to be started as an egg. Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, I totally like... Yeah, I totally like asking things, because I do have those moments too, like you said, where I get frustrated by certain questions or phenomenons where people are like, you have to do this, and I'm like, why? And then once it's explained, there usually is a reason for things. Usually, people don't want to just inconvenience you for fun, so... Especially if it makes other people irritated. I'm sure workers don't want to be dealing with irritated people all day, just for kicks. They're like, this is their 9 to 5, so when they do ask questions like that, I do like to ask why.
There we go.
Oh, I didn't finish with the London pictures with you.
London pictures?
Yeah. There was still more. We stopped because you got tired.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
There was still so much more.
Well, we can do that after stream.
Okay.
What time is it? Well, stream's almost over, actually.
Really?
Yeah, we have about 3 minutes. 3 minutes before stream ends. So, I'll wrap up over here.
Sorry, I talked.
We found our first diamonds. So that's the exciting thing
like
that happened
3,
in
right?
Minecraft. The first 3 diamonds. Motherfucker, I hate this guy.
You gotta run at it.
I know. I get it.
It takes longer to put a shield up. No, back him in a corner. You got this. You got it. Back him in the corner. Yes, yes, like that.
I got bones. We can get more dogs. Oh,
yeah.
I have too much. I don't need this. Beep. Gimme.
You have to release the bow now.
There we go. Yeah, we found our first diamonds, and we had some really fun chats.
Oh, they said it was fun hanging out with you guys today.
Yay! Yeah, I like this. I feel like I had fun.
Yeah.
And I thought like I really like having these conversations with you.
Mm.
All right.
Don't be gross.
There we go. Well, thank you guys for coming to stream. It's been a pleasure. Let's see. Did you read this already?
Yeah, I've been
Okay,
reading all this
cool.
stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, they just said I had so much fun. That's the most recent
Awesome.
one.
Yay! Thank you for coming to stream. We will see you next week on Friday, same time. Alrighty, guys. Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your night.
We're hiding behind the end screen.
We are. We're hiding behind this end screen.
Ending. Wait.
What?
One last ASMR for the road.
Oh dear God! Stop it!
I love you guys. I'll eat the microphone. I'll
do
see
that.
you next week. I'll eat it and then
Ghostly.
what?
Is that what the scratching sounded like?
We're gonna read Reddit's scary stories. Okay. Stop! Don't eat my microphone. Oh, you little thing. I said I
You're
was.
just a creature.
Okay. No, you're supposed to end it like right as I do it. Now it's like awkward. Go.
Are you
go.
gonna eat it again?
Yeah.
All right.